Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to go over a few things I found out and about over about the last week and a half. It's been a rough week. Kids sick. Camping. So I didn't hit that many. So without further ado, let's jump right into what I did find. Because I did find some interesting things. So I'm going to just hit you on the head with the big one. The big salami right away. A pair of Uggs. Women's boots, size 9, unbelievable, leather and lambsable. They're awesome. They're a platform shoe, kind of studded here, brown leather, size 9. State sale find and 90% off. I couldn't believe these are still there. So super stoked. It's the mid calf. So these were the actual find of the week. I don't know. I'm super excited that these will break the $100 barrier, but let's see what happens. You never know. But I got them for a really sweet price. So, I have moved in that direction, turning the inventory over to the good stuff. I'm trying to stop myself from the dollar. You know, everything has to be $1 and below, because that's an easy trap to fall into. Next is my Tiki. Does anyone care? I don't know. But I like it. It's a Buddha guy. It's like round to the back. It says USA. It's not go for a whole lot. I have yet to find an awesome Tiki. But anyways, camping this weekend, I did use my Tiki glasses and everybody was, shall I say, impressed. But I had fun with it. So made a bunch of rum runners and put them in these Tiki glasses. So I love it. I'm so glad that this is something that happens, and next time I go to Vegas, I'm going to that Frankie's Tiki Bar. I know it's Frankie's, I don't know what else, but can't wait to go there, and hopefully I make it to that eBay conference next summer in Vegas. I'm kind of regretting not going, but anyways. Alright, next up, the toy find of the week. This little guy right here. It was in a cigar box with some other junk, but I recognized him as one of the guys that Indiana Jones fights in. I think in like a kind of like an open air market, and sure enough, he is. He's from Raiders of the Lost Ark back in the '80s. He doesn't have his weapons, but I think his legs are a little wobbly, but I think yeah, he can still stand. So. Not a super awesome score, but, you know, enough to keep the lights on here. So, alright, next. Taking a chance on this. So, I like catalogs. If you haven't gotten into catalogs, you might want to take a look. So this was for an Edmunds. It was a 671. I haven't done the research yet, but it was, I think it's like a, looks like it was scientific. But has a lot of these kind of industrial drawings, and I've done well with these in the past. So something I like, especially from the design aspect. Some of the drawings are pretty cool, and let's see if I can find anything in here awesome. Some are better than others, obviously. Yeah, I'm not gonna bore you, but yeah, this looks like a bunch of science. This is a scientific catalog, so. But kind of cool, and sorry to bore you if you see my other channels. I do like ephemera, and I do like going through it. So those little kind of sub, you don't like that. Everything's like a decimal point. Don't watch, because that's all going to be ephemera. And then I got this Vibro Power. See, it stinks. So the only tip I have to give on this, and why I got this, I'll let the picture do the talking. I might think, B, that's never going to sell. That's ridiculous. Yeah, I agree. But I've noticed in photography, there seems to be this movement that says, even if it's just two guys standing next to each other, they list it as a certain interest. I don't care. I don't know if it's true. But you know, maybe, I don't know. This again is that kind of mid-century look. So I'm just taking a shot at it because it was basically free. It was just a pile of junk. So But my tip on this ephemera junk, this smelled like death. Now it smells almost normal. So what I do is, the first step I do is I freeze this stuff. I have a deep freezer. I will put it in a little bag, suck all the air out of it, and I will stick those in the freezer, probably for 24 to 48 hours, whatever. And then I will use the good old sun to hit them. So I freeze them and then I'll put them in the sun, and I'll usually repeat that. I have heard people use coffee beans. I've tried that and it came out awful, like smelled like death. So I stay away from that. But freezing, natural sunlight, that's all I use. And it worked. This doesn't smell like death anymore. You know, and we all know that estate sale smell, that death is the lingering smell of death. These, no clue, just grabbed them because they were in pretty decent shape. And I like this because look at that, the old Duke. So yeah, this is a Dell Movie Classic number 690, the Conqueror Genghis Khan. And it has John Wayne right there, the Duke. And the other, no clue. Usually don't dabble in comics, but it was cheap enough. I kind of threw that in the sale I went to. It was, I got there at 15 minutes to close, and that was, so I just piled everything up, and they said 20 bucks, including the boots, you know. Next, thought this was timely, since the release of Ghostbusters has hit, and loved it. Movie. It was awesome. The kids loved it. It was great. So if you haven't seen it, you know, great to see, you know, blast back to my childhood. So, but this, I found this. It's from, let's see, 84. I don't know if we can zoom in there. It's from 84. And I didn't know what it was. I was like, oh man. So just researching, going through all the old Ghostbuster listings, I did find this is the top of a gumball machine. So hopefully somebody has that gumball machine and they need this. So it's out there. Contact me if you need that. Pretty cool. Next, this was the back to that estate sale. I'm gonna bore you with this. So these were thrown in for that 20 bucks. They're Florsheim shoes. So I listen to the scavengers. They talk about shoes. I agree with them. Shoes are an awesome category. And you know, when I'm getting these for a quarter, 50 cents, easy peasy decision on that. All right, next. This was a garage sale find. Dun dun dun. Yes, you might have guessed it. Who's number 13? Lucky number 13? Dun dun dun. Old Dan Marino. And now what's interesting is this is the, it's a Logo 7. You can see that. Which is a good deal to get into if you're looking at jerseys. You know, this is probably, I surmise, in a 90s. I'll do some research, but that tag will kind of lead me into what I need to know. But yeah, I think this is like a 90, or maybe early 90s, late 80s, something like that. But super nice find. We'll see how much that goes for, especially as we get closer to the NFL season. I will hold off on that listing probably until, what am I kidding? I'm going to put it up as fast as I can because training camps are about to begin. Fantasy football drafts are about to begin. You want to look fresh to hit that draft. All right, next. The dud of the week. Yes, I'm ripping that off. Atari Flashback. I bought it because I wanted to play Pac-Man. And in my exuberance, because it was $2, and I thought, oh man, it has 2 controllers and the RCA cables, great. But what I neglected to notice was I don't have a power adapter. Not a big deal. It's just a 9-volt DC, so I'll go ahead and buy one of those universal ones for 10, 15 bucks and get this guy up and working. Or if I'm really ambitious, you know, adding to my list of projects, I'll try to track down the actual unit, the AC adapter. So we'll see about that. If I can get that working, if it does work, it's mine. Yeah. All right, next. This was at that estate sale, part of that big 20 bucks I spent. So the sheath, opened it, and I wasn't blown away. I mean, the sheath's beat up, as you can see, it has chunks out of it. It did say Japan on the back, and it's knife. It's about 8 inches from tip to tip, and it's really faintly written in here. It says handmade high carbon stainless steel, and the blade, it's a single tang. That's what they mean when it has, if you look here and it goes straight through, it's not broken up. On your cheaper knives it'll be two different pieces, but this is a single tang, and I like the feel of it. It's a nice knife. So I will clean this up and I will stick it up. It's pretty cool. Really nice balance. You can feel it just has a nice gravity to it. So hopefully some hunter can use that. Alright, and with the sheath, I mean, that's pretty wicked. Put that right in the shoe. Alright, next. I bought this because this was in our town. We had the Hostess thrift shop. And I just grabbed this as a piece of advertising. This is why I grabbed it. I'm trying to look here if it has a year on here. I won't bore you. Made in the USA, just a little Hostess Wonder thrift store, and it has Twinkie the Kid there. Pretty cool as a piece of advertising that probably there's not a lot of them out there. So if there are any Hostess, I'm trying to tap in if there are any Hostess collectors out there. I'm sure there are. I'm sure this is gonna be in someone's collection. All right, almost at the end. So glad you stopped by. And if you found anything even remotely interesting, please hit that like button. It would be so awesome. Alright, this was the auction. The auction had a special Tuesday night only. So me and the little guy had it up there. He saw this. The guy showed this. It's a medal with a boxer on it. And he said, "Dad, can we get that?" Luckily, I was the only one to bid on it. So I got it for the opening bid. And what I found though, the guy thought he presented it as it was like a bar Corona advertisement. He said with medals. It's all so no one was interested. So when I looked at it, it did have that Corona, but what I found was these are boxing shorts. So yeah, it says Title Boxing. This would be the shirt to go along with it, and then a medal. Okay. So in that box, I think I got 10 sets of these, and each set is set up. This must be boxing, like it must go by the weight. This is 132F, so I'm guessing 132 pounds for female. I'm guessing that's what the deal is on this. But what I thought instantly, since I don't know anything about boxing, if this is good or bad, but I thought, Halloween, perfect costume. So I will advertise this, I think, since I don't know much about boxing, but I'm gonna go with this as a Halloween. And I got my Halloween costume, so if there's one that fit me, there was a large, awesome. So I'm gonna go as Rocky. So I can't go as Rocky because he had like American flag. Ah, man, never mind. So I'll go as like Joe Glass, I think, something like that. Something from Mike Tyson's Punch Out. I'll find one of those guys. Pretty cool though. So, and the kids get to keep the medal, so when we do something fun, we'll have some competition, we'll give out medals to them. But yeah, it was just one of those things at the auction no one wanted, and I got for $5. So, and who knows, like if I could turn each one of those costumes into 20 bucks, 5 into 200, gonna keep the lights on. Alright, and last but not least was the big Kahuna from the same $20 estate sale. Oh, let me go there. Da, 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 da. The NorthFace. As you can see, they had 70 bucks on it. I filled this whole bag up, you know, the boots and all that, for 20 bucks. So, super sweet score. I need to research this. I have no idea if it's real, and I am so scared of anything counterfeit. I mean, it's just because it's so prevalent now. It just frightens me. But it's a super cool bag, so if it does turn out to be a fake, it doesn't matter because I obviously use it. So it's just a giant carrying bag. It's made out of this kind of like a plastic vinyl material. Tons of pockets. I mean, just a great bag for the airport or for camping or for fishing. Outdoor bag. So this was it. So the estate sale gave me the NorthFace, the boots, the floor shine, and it gave me some vintage sweaters, which I'm going to run over, and I'm going to show you that real quick, because if you haven't researched this, take a look at it, because it's an awesome feel. And I'm back. I'll be right back. Ta-da! I think it's look good. So, here we have this is a Tommy Hilfiger, and in these big, bold, primary colors, like straight out of the 90s. So, always on the lookout. Bolo, be on the lookout. Tommy Hilfiger, Ralph Lauren. I had a video where I sold a Polo Sport t-shirt immediately. I put it up and it sold immediately. And what I realized was there's a real resurgence going on right now in Polo from the 90s, and Tommy Hilfiger, Nautica. Go ahead and take a look at those if you haven't seen it, but super hot. Might be something that you can find. So out there. But anyways, that was it for this week. Thanks for stopping by. So glad you stopped by and took a second to watch what I'm doing here, and hit that like button if there's even one tiny second you enjoyed yourself. Alright, thanks. See you next week. Oh, keep finding those treasures. Oh.